everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at something pretty interesting, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, visualization.
Okay.
Using mental imagery to try to reach your goals.
Okay.
We are unpacking a podcast episode from the Mindshift podcast, hosted by Sophia.
Okay.
It's called Unlock Your Dreams, Mastering the Art of Visualization. And there's a really interesting point in this episode that could completely change how you approach your goals.
Really? What's that?
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
But first, I wanted to introduce someone Sophia interviews,
Okay.
a renowned life coach and author named Michael.
Okay.
And he's dedicated his entire career to helping people unlock their potential through visualization.
That's interesting because it sounds like he's really put this into practice.
Yeah, and he actually has a really compelling story about how he went through a really challenging period where he felt completely stuck.
Wow.
And he says that visualization is what turned things around for him.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he had reached this point where he felt like everything was, slipping away. All of his dreams were kind of going away. And that's when he discovered the power of mental imagery.
Huh.
But he didn't just, kind of play with it.
Yeah.
He went all in.
Wow.
He committed to visualizing his goals every day and really started to believe in those visions.
It sounds like that's a really important piece of it, right? It's not just thinking about something, it's about believing it can actually happen.
Yeah, I think that's what he was getting at.
So what happened to him? Did things start to change?
Yeah, things completely shifted for him. His mindset totally changed.
Yeah.
He started to see opportunities where he hadn't before, and things just started falling into place.
It's like you said, breaking through those mental barriers that hold us back.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So that's Michael's story, but
Yeah.
it makes me really want to learn more about how to use visualization effectively.
Of course. Yeah.
Did he lay out a specific process in this podcast episode?
Yeah, he did. He emphasizes that it all starts with clarity. Okay.
Having crystal clear goals, knowing what you want to achieve,
Okay.
and being really specific too.
So not just like, I want to be successful.
Right.
But what does success actually look like for you?
Yeah, exactly.
Feel like?
Define it.
Yeah, define it.
Once you have that clear goal in mind,
Okay.
find a quiet space, close your eyes, and engage all your senses in creating this mental picture of you achieving that goal.
Okay.
And this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
He's not just talking about seeing yourself at the finish line.
Okay.
It's about experiencing it fully.
So it's not just a visual thing.
Not at all.
Okay.
He talks about bringing all your senses into the visualization.
Okay.
For example, imagine you're visualizing that dream job you've been working towards.
Okay.
Can you feel the weight of your new business card in your hand?
Wow.
Can you smell the fresh coffee in your new office? Can you almost taste the celebratory champagne at your welcome lunch?
The more vivid you can make the experience, the more powerful the visualization will be.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to understand why he's such a strong advocate for this.
Me too.
He must have seen some incredible results with his clients.
He has. And actually, Sophia has him share a story about one of his clients.
Okay.
Her name's Emma, and she dreamt of becoming a professional dancer.
Ooh, a dancer. Okay. What happened?
Well, she took Michael's advice to heart.
Okay.
Started visualizing herself on stage.
Yeah.
Feeling the energy of the audience.
Holy.
Hearing the applause.
Wow.
Even picturing the specific choreography.
Wow.
And just like Michael emphasized,
Yeah.
she didn't just think about it, she felt it deeply.
Wow.
And guess what? Within a year, she landed a major role in a dance production.
Wow. That's incredible.
I know, right?
I know that correlation doesn't equal causation, but it's hard to ignore. Such a powerful example.
Yeah.
Her story really highlights the potential of consistent visualization combined with real-world action. I do have to admit, though, I can be a bit skeptical sometimes. Is there any scientific evidence to back up these claims about visualization?
There is actually. The field of sports psychology has been studying visualization for decades.
Oh, really?
And research shows that it can significantly improve athletic performance.
Huh. Are professional athletes actually using this?
Absolutely. Olympians and pro athletes have been using visualization techniques for years.
Wow, so my brain can't tell the difference between me actually doing something and me vividly imagining it.
That's right. Your brain starts to believe that what you're visualizing is real.
Wow.
which primes you for action in the real world.
So it's like a mental rehearsal for success.
Exactly.
Like Emma with the dancing, maybe her brain was rehearsing those dances way before she ever got on stage.
That's a great point. It makes you wonder how much of what we achieve is influenced by those early visualizations.
Yeah.
Even the ones we don't consciously create.
Wow.
But this brings up another crucial point that Michael makes in the podcast.
Oh, this is what I was talking about at the beginning. You mentioned there was a big takeaway in this episode that could change how we approach our goals.
Exactly.
What is it?
Well, most people tend to focus solely on visualizing the end result, that glorious moment of achievement, but they neglect to visualize the journey itself. And that, Michael says, is a major stumbling block.
Oh, so it's not enough to just visualize, like, crossing that finish line.
Right. It's like having a super detailed map of where you want to end up, but no clue about the actual journey to get there.
Okay.
Michael says you need to visualize the entire journey.
The whole thing.
Yeah, like every step you'll take.
Okay.
The challenges you might face.
Oh.
Even setbacks.
That's interesting. Why would I want to focus on the negative aspects of it?
Well, it might seem counterintuitive at first,
Yeah.
but Michael thinks that actually visualizing those potential problems, that's what prepares you mentally and emotionally for the whole experience.
So it's like giving my brain a heads up of what to expect.
Exactly.
Instead of being like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, you've already kind of seen yourself handle those challenges.
Okay, so I'm not blindsided by them.
Right.
Yeah.
And think about athletes.
Okay.
If they only visualize winning that gold medal,
Okay.
but they never visualize all the hard work and training,
Yeah.
they might just totally fall apart under pressure when things get tough.
Right.
But if they've already visualized themselves pushing through the tough times,
Okay.
their brain has already kind of rehearsed it.
Huh. So they're more likely to keep going in the real world.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm really starting to see how powerful this can be.
Me too.
It's not just about getting that perfect outcome.
Right.
It's about getting ready for the real journey.
Yeah.
But how do we actually do this every day?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it seems like something I would forget to do.
It's easy to forget. But Michael has some really practical tips.
Okay.
He says treat visualization like any other important habit.
Like brushing my teeth.
Exactly. He recommends setting aside like 5 minutes each day.
5 minutes. That's
Yeah.
it.
Even small, consistent efforts can make a big impact.
Okay.
The key is to be regular about it.
So do it every day.
Right. And find a time that works best for you.
Like some people might do it first thing in the morning.
Yeah, to set their intentions for the day.
I think I'd be more of a before bed kind of person.
That's what works for me too.
Oh, okay, cool.
And Michael really recommends keeping a visualization journal.
A journal.
Yeah, write down your visualizations,
That's
like
true.
all the details you see, feel, and experience.
Oh, okay.
Not only does it help you commit to the practice,
Okay.
it also lets you track your progress.
Oh, so you can look back and see how far you've come.
Exactly.
I like that. It's like a training log, but for your mind.
I like that.
I bet you could get a lot of insights from reading those old entries too.
For sure. You might see patterns
Yeah.
or how your goals have changed over time.
Okay, I think I'm ready to start my own visualization journal.
Start them.
But before we finish up,
Yeah.
Michael's all about visualization.
Yeah.
But he doesn't think that means you don't have to actually do anything right.
Oh, absolutely not. He makes it very clear that visualization is a tool,
Okay.
a powerful tool,
Uh-huh.
but it's not a replacement for action.
Right, we can't just sit around and think about stuff all day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He uses a great analogy.
Right.
Visualization is like planting the seed, but action is like the water and sunlight that help it grow.
Oh, that's a good one. I like.
Yeah. It's all about finding that balance between vision and action.
It's about getting our inner world and our outer world to match up.
Right.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So Michael's closing message is basically empowering people to really create their own futures.
Yeah. It's about believing in your potential, visualizing those goals really clearly,
Yeah.
and then taking action to actually make them happen.
It's inspiring, right? It's like saying, hey, we have more control over our lives than we think.
Absolutely.
And that's a really powerful message.
It is. But you know, as I was thinking about this episode, something that Michael didn't actually say really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah?
It's about his client, Emma, the dancer.
Okay.
He never said when she started visualizing before she became successful.
That's interesting. What are you thinking?
Well, it makes me wonder if she had been unconsciously practicing visualization for years.
Before she even met Michael.
Yeah. Like maybe when she was a little girl, she'd spend hours daydreaming about dancing on stage.
Oh, picturing it all in her head.
Exactly. So maybe those early visualizations,
Yeah.
even the ones we don't try to do,
Huh.
maybe they're actually shaping our passions and getting us ready for success.
That's a really interesting thought.
Right.
So maybe we're already using this power without realizing it.
It's definitely possible. And if that's true, imagine what we could do if we really started to use visualization on purpose.
Wow, that's a powerful idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we don't even realize how important visualization might be.
And it really shows how powerful our subconscious minds can be.
Yeah, like maybe they're already working towards our goals and we don't even know it.
It's a cool thought, right?
Yeah.
So if we can actually tap into that power intentionally,
Yeah.
through visualization,
Yeah.
imagine what we could achieve.
It's like this hidden potential inside all of us.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
anyone can do it. You don't need any special tools or training
You just need your imagination.
and the commitment to actually do it.
That's what I love about this idea.
Mm.
It reminds us that we have more control over our lives than we think.
For sure.
You know, when we combine that inner vision with real action in the world, we can really make our dreams come true.
It's about taking charge and making our own destiny.
Yeah. And as we wrap up this deep dive into visualization,
Yeah.
I think the most important thing to remember is that this isn't just some mystical thing.
Yeah,
There's actual science behind it.
absolutely. And I think we've covered a lot of cool ideas today,
Yeah.
but I encourage you to keep learning about it.
Yeah.
Research different techniques. See what works best for you. And don't be afraid to try new things.
That's great advice. And remember, we want to hear from you about this.
Yeah.
Tell us about your experiences with visualization,
Your successes.
your challenges.
We can all learn from each other.
So keep those visualizations strong and keep taking action.
Until next time.